First up, tomatoes. You say tinned, I say fresh. But which one is more nutritious?
How may I help?
Which is better for me? Is it tinned tomatoes or eating tomatoes fresh?
Fresh is always better.
Fresh is best.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the fresher the better normally.
OK.
Tins are sort of processed and take out a lot of sort of like the natural goodness of the tomato anyway.
I'm not a health guru, so it's not something I would know.
All right, cheers, bye.
Bye-bye.
So, if fresh is best, how much of that just-picked tomato goodness can possibly be left in a tin? There's only one place to settle this, the home of tinned tomatoes, Italy. I'm in Bologna, halfway between Venice and Florence. It's not just the home of a classic meat and tomato sauce, but a place with deep knowledge and love for tomatoes. Seems the locals love their toms.
Look at these lovely tomatoes, the variation in them. A lot of these we wouldn't see in the supermarket, probably because we've been conditioned just to buy tomatoes like this, round and red. But look at the variation. I've got one here that I can hardly hold them. Look at those beauts. All within grabbing distance.
And they look really healthy. But which ones end up in a can, and how much of that fresh goodness is left? I'm heading east, just south of Venice, to meet a commercial grower dedicating 10,000 acres to a special variety of tomato, destined for the tin. In charge of the harvest is Marco Raffato.
Hi, I'm Jim.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Italy.
Yes, great. Very good.
Simply.
Amazing fields of tomatoes.
Yes.
And this is the beautiful tomatoes growing here.
Yes.
These are quite big, long tomatoes. Are these the kind of tomatoes you put in your salad?
No, it's a typical tomato for chop pulp.
So a typical tomato for chopping processing?
Yes, yes.
So why is it so good for processing?
External is very consistent, very hard.
Oh, I see. So it's got a lot more structure. You see, the tomatoes that I grow in my greenhouse
Yes.
are juicy, lots more liquid.
Yes.
This one, that's tough skin.
Tough skin.
And then lots and lots of pulp.
It's full of pulp, typical for sauce, for spaghetti, for all.
So it's no surprise that in Europe, 3/4 of all tinned tomatoes come from the fields of Italy.
Can I have a go on the harvesting machine?
Yes, of course.
Let's do it.
Welcome.
That is one big tomato picker. God, this is great, isn't it?
It's comfortable.
Comfortable. Right, ready.
Now I can see why these tomatoes need such a thick skin.
So this machine is now just picking up all the tomatoes, look! Very clever.
They're so robust, the harvester can pick them en masse, ripping the vine out of the ground, stripping off the tomatoes, filling 180 trucks a day.
I love the Italian farmers. They've all got sunglasses on. And look at his nice suede shoes.
They may be as style-conscious as a Milanese model, but they're no slackers, harvesting 40 million, yes, 40 million tomatoes every day.
This is one big truck. Ugh. Off to the factory.
Later, I find out how much fresh tomato goodness is lost en route to the tin.
You just feel like a big kid, and all I'm thinking about doing is squirting these blokes.
Next up, prebiotics. We've all seen probiotics, but what's this new kid on the block? Prebiotics. And how are they different?
You know those little probiotic drinks?
Yeah.
They're good for my gut, all of that business, aren't they? And I'm guessing that prebiotics and probiotics are essentially the same thing, all to do with bacteria.
Pass.
So this friendly bacteria that they're always banging on about, you can find it in the pre and the probiotics.
I've heard of the probiotic, but not heard of the prebiotic, though.
Right.
Presumably they're the same thing. They both got these kind of friendly bacteria.
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah.
I have one every morning.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you feel better for it?
Yeah, it perks me up in the morning.
Does it?
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
So whether they come as a pill or a powder, prebiotics say they're good for my gut. To find out exactly what they are and what they do, I'm going to see a specialist. And I've been asked to bring along a very personal donation.
Big day today. I leave for Reading in about 15 minutes, which means I've got precisely 15 minutes to squeeze a little something into there. Wish me luck.
Carrying my special little package, I'm off to Reading University to meet a prebiotic pioneer.
Morning.
Hello there, how are you? Hi, Kate.
Kate.
I'm Glenn. How do you do?
Glenn.
Welcome to the poo factory.
Inside the lab, Professor Glenn Gibson and his team are uncovering the secrets of the human gut. They're used to analysing, number twos, but I'm not.
I didn't quite realise you were just going to get it out the envelope like that, but sorry.
Especially not my own, in front of other people.
I don't know why, but I kind of thought this was going to be a closed operation. Sorry.
The scientists want to see if I have a healthy mix of bacteria in my gut.
Blimey. I mean, I can't quite get over how many of them.
Like you, I've got around 100 trillion bacteria in my lower intestine. Apparently, we need them to help our digestion, to make vitamins and stimulate the immune system.
Can you see them? The round ones there, look? And then you've got the more rod-shaped ones there.
Do I have a healthy gut?
You've got the typical mixture of good, bad and neutral ones.
You've got lots going on in your gut, and that's no way a bad thing, so...
Before I consider adding a prebiotic to my diet, I need to know what it does compared to a probiotic.
What is the difference between probiotics and prebiotics?
Well, probiotics is the living cultures themselves. The prebiotic grows the ones which are down there in the first place. So prebiotic is more of a fertiliser, whereas the probiotic is the bugs themselves.
A prebiotic is actually a fibre that gets down to the gut by its very nature, so then it's used by the bacteria there.
So that's the key difference. A prebiotic, I'm not actually ingesting any bacteria then. What I'm ingesting is the food for the bacteria that I've already got.
Yeah, for the good ones.
So they do fundamentally different things. But if prebiotics are basically just fibre, why don't I just eat more vegetables? Later, I'm in Holland to find out if I should just grow my own prebiotics.
And it's bitter.
Or perhaps buy them in a packet.
Next up, gelatin. As a chef, I make it as a byproduct when I'm cooking up a stock.
It's a very long process, and that involves boiling up, like in this pan behind me, a whole world of bones. And the liquor that we reduce, we're left with this this jelly. And this jelly is essentially gelatin, and as far as I know, that's how you make gelatin. You boil up bones.
But what do we really know about what makes jelly set? And Bear's gummy.
How can I help this morning?
I just wondered what gelatin is. Like, where does it come from?
I genuinely don't know. I would certainly be able to find out for you.
Is that how they make gelatin, just by boiling up bones?
Oh, I have no idea.
Generally, it's animal fat, but sometimes it can be vegetarian fat.
Some of these things are saying fat-free. I'm just wondering how they can make it fat-free from an animal.
Is there any fat in there?
I wouldn't know. I'll need to look into that for you, madam.
Right, do you eat jelly?
No.
No. Why?
I've never had the need to, sorry, madam.
Do you know what? I've never really had the need to either, but sometimes it's a bit nice with some ice cream.
I'll take that on board.
All right, no worries. Cheers, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Back to gelatin. As a chef, I make it as a byproduct when I'm cooking up a stock.
That involves boiling up, like in this pan behind me, a whole world of bones.
But it takes ages, and I only ever produce a really small amount. But I want to know how they efficiently mass-produce the gelatin that goes into chewy sweets and jellies. I'm heading for Minden in northern Germany to find one of the biggest gelatin producers in Europe. Now, as a chef who's made a lot of stock, I'm pretty sure I know where gelatin comes from.
Never been to a gelatin factory. Kind of imagine a big kind of melting pot of cow bones. Blimey. Big, isn't it?
My guide is a man who's been making gelatin for almost 30 years.
Ludger.
I'm Ed.
Nice to meet you. This is your factory, right?
This is the factory.
OK, let's go and have a look.
Let's go.
If I'm going to find the basic raw ingredients of gelatin anywhere, it's here.
Now, I was always under the assumption that gelatin comes from cow bones. Is that right?
In our case, we produce it from pig skin.
Pig skin?
Just food-style pig skin.
Is that right?
Yes.
And is that what I'm smelling? Because it smells like a pig factory. It smells like a ham factory.
Yeah, you're all right.
They get the skin from pretty much every part of the pig, and each container has the hides of nearly 60 animals.
It's like a pig jigsaw. This is not what I expected. I mean, these are quite... It's like scraps, isn't it? It's not even a sheet, is it?
Yes, this is from different parts of the pork.
So this is where all the gelatin lives in a pig, is it?
Yeah.
The pig skin contains a very concentrated source of a crucial protein called collagen.
This is the collagen side,
right?
And this side is the fat side.
So it's the collagen that produces the gelatin, or is that what gelatin is collagen?
Gelatin is collagen, modified collagen.
Apparently, around a quarter of any animal is collagen. It's the main structural protein in our connective tissue.
So why the pig skin? Why not pig bones?
The reason is that we can produce it very fast. Okay. So it takes 2 or 3 days, then we have the gelatin dry.
Right, oh really? Okay.
Yes. And using bone, you have more or less 3 months production run.
3 months?
3 months.
Oh, so it's much more expensive?
Yes.
To extract the collagen from the pig's skins, they're chopped up and simmered in water and vinegar.
So the pigs are in here, are they? Pig skins
right.
in here.
The meat skins are pumped with water in this vessel.
Right, OK. Can I have a look?
Yes, please.
Whoa! There it is. It's like a big piggy soup.
Yeah, you are right. It's a piggy soup with water, mint skins, and the upper layer is more or less fat.
Inside the vat, the less dense fat rises to the top and is removed. The collagen-rich solution is siphoned off, leaving the old skin at the bottom to be sold as animal feed.
This solution is cloudy, and then we start the filtration and purification process.
And where does that happen?
Let's go there.
All traces of fat and pork flavour are removed as it whizzes through 3,000 metres of filters to leave a fat-free, clear liquid.
You can have a look to this glass.
And that's it?
Clear solution, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The liquid collagen's heated up to get rid of the water, leaving a brand new protein.
So that's gelatin?
That's gelatin with water. And then we pump it with pressure through this platform with holes in it.
The gelatin noodles weave their way through a giant dryer.
That's spaghetti carpet.
Yeah, it's a carpet.
And they're solid, isn't it?
It's really hard.
It may be hard at room temperature, but it melts in the mouth. Perfect for sweets.
So it's pretty amazing to think that it starts life off as those pig skins as a byproduct, and now we end up with this amazing protein that goes into all sorts of things, creating something from nothing, really.
Hello there, how are you? Hi,
So far on the journey through my gut, I've discovered prebiotics are fundamentally different to probiotics.
The prebiotic, I'm not actually ingesting any bacteria then. What I'm ingesting is the food.
Prebiotics simply help feed the good bacteria living in our lower gut.
Now, all of these products claim to be prebiotic in some way. And when I look at the ingredients, they've got one thing in common, and that is something called inulin. But What is inulin?
I've come to Holland on the trail of this substance inulin and head south to Roosendaal. I want to know what inulin is and why it's such a key ingredient in a prebiotic.
Ah, Diederik!
Hello.
Diederik Meyer is a scientist who helps mass-produce inulin.
So, why have you brought me here?
You wanted to know all about inulin, wouldn't you?
Yeah?
So I brought you here.
What is this?
It's chicory.
This is chicory. So inulin comes from chicory.
Inulin comes from chicory. Yeah.
Great. Can we see some?
Sure.
Chicory is probably better known as a salad leaf, and its root can be used as a coffee substitute. The root also happens to be 1/5 inulin.
Oh, look at that!
This
beauty.
is a chicory root.
So what, you're telling me that the inulin is in there?
Inulin is in here.
Can we see it?
No, you can't see it.
So you can't actually see it, but it's what is in there, inside of the cells?
Inside of the cells.
I've been told inulin is a non-digestible fibre that survives beyond the stomach to reach the lower intestine, where it ferments to feed our good bacteria.
Can I taste the inulin?
You cannot taste the inulin, but you can taste the chicory root. And it's bitter.
Whoa!
Yeah. That's why we need to process it.
Diederik set up a makeshift lab so I can see how inulin's extracted from the chicory root.
So how do we do it?
So we have this mandolin.
Is that your wife's mandolin?
It's my wife. She always uses it. I never.
To extract the inulin, water is added to the sliced chicory root. The solution is left for a few hours before being dried and refined.
So you end up with a white powder.
And before you think, why don't I just eat a load more chicory? It turns out that one prebiotic tablet has as much fibre as 10 whole chicory roots.
It's pretty impressive stuff, isn't
It is, yeah.
But there is one bad thing I did hear about inulin.
Let me guess. When you have fermentation in your large intestine, you will have gas. Cannot be stopped or helped or whatever.
So you're telling me that in 3 to 4 hours, I probably want to be in a room on my own, maybe with the windows open.
Yeah.
I'm getting the feeling that Diederik isn't keen on me sticking around too long. So powered by my dose of inulin, I head for home pretty pronto.
Back to tomatoes. I've been told the healthiest tomatoes for you are fresh. To find out if it's true, I'm in Italy to see how much goodness is left in a tin tomato.
Grazie.
Hi,
I'm
how are
Jim.
you? Yeah.
I'm very good, thank you. Very good.
I'm Cesare. I'm a production manager of this factory.
Brilliant.
You can wear this.
Right. What happens now? What happens to the tomatoes?
We have to check the quality.
Some are crushed and analysed for sweetness. The rest are salted. If they pass all the tests, they're flushed out of the containers with water.
Can I have a go?
Yeah.
This is the most fun. You just feel like a big kid. And all I'm thinking about doing is squirting these blokes.
A river of tomatoes heads for blanching.
How do you do that? Just with hot water?
With water and steam, so we can open the skin of the tomato, and then we can chop the tomato.
Boiled, skinned and heading for the chopper. I'm not sure how the process affects the goodness in a tomato.
We have chopped tomato in small sizes.
This is the bit where the tomatoes actually get chopped up. Can we see the tin canning?
Yeah.
Oh, we're here. Whoa!
Oh.
Wow!
Here we fill the tins with chopped tomatoes.
How many tins?
Yeah, 600 tins in 1 minute.
That is a lot of tins. How fresh are these tomatoes?
About 2 or 3 hours.
So 2 or 3 hours ago, these tomatoes were on a vine in a field, and now they're chopped in a tin and probably on their way to Britain. Incredible.
Before I went to Italy, most people told me fresh was best. But now I've seen how quickly tomatoes are tinned, I'm not sure which ones are more nutritious. I've asked food scientist Paul Croon to give us the definitive answer.
Tomatoes are full of lots of things like many fruits and vegetables, but the big interest in tomatoes is this red colour, and that's caused by a compound called lycopene.
Lycopene is thought to be the most powerful antioxidant measured in food, with some reports claiming it can help reduce cholesterol.
So tell me, what were your results?
So, for the tin tomatoes, we found the average was 5.3 milligrams in each 100 gram of product.
Right.
And this is a 400 gram tin. So this has got about 21 milligrams of lycopene in it. Now, for the fresh, we found only about 3.3 milligrams per 100 grams.
Wow, so there's more lycopene in the tinned than the fresh.
Yeah.
So the speed of picking and tinning keeps the lycopene preserved, while the fresh ones lose lycopene over time during transport, on the supermarket shelf and in the back of your fridge. Heat is also a factor.
Cooking opens up the tomato structure so that the lycopene can get out easier, and your body can extract it more easily and take it up and absorb it.
So when it comes to lycopene, tin tomatoes are best. But fresh still go down well in a fry-up.